Hey everybody, this is Dr. Goodman. The reason I wanted to get on is primarily to talk about a subject that's been in the news recently, and it has to do with health. And it is a topic that everyone is interested in, and it's a substance that's called GLP-1. GLP-1. Now, a lot of people don't know what GLP-1 is. I will say that it does exist in a pharmaceutical role. It's used for weight loss. But GLP-1 is actually a natural hormone that is actually made by the cells of the intestine. And it stands for glucagon-like peptide. So there's GLP-1 and GLP-2, and they each have different functions. But the purpose of GLP-1 is that after you consume a meal, after you've eaten, if you have a normal gut, normal motility, you eat a regular diet, you haven't hurt yourself in some negative way with antibiotics or something like that, when you eat food, your intestine actually secretes at the end of the meal a specific amount of GLP-1, this glucagon-like peptide. So what's its purpose? Well, it is to indicate to you, your brain, that you've eaten. It gives you a sense of satiety, that is satisfaction, that you've completed your meal and that your meal is done. Which is why your mom always told you, chew your food 10 times, don't eat so fast. And why is that? That's because when you do that, you give your body a chance to digest your food and then realize after 20 or 30 minutes that you've eaten. And what is that signal? That signal is GLP-1. So isn't that fascinating that it's your actual intestine and your intestine cells that receive food, that upon the partial breakdown of those foods, it secretes this hormone. And this hormone is a very simple compound. It's very similar to like insulin is a peptide. Well, GLP-1 is also a peptide. So it has a purpose. And the purpose, again, is to signal that you've eaten. And it also slows down your intestine. It actually gives it a chance to absorb the food to get the nutrients from it. So doesn't it make sense that if you're going to take GLP-1 and you have to make a decision, some people, because of need for weight loss or what have you, may go to the extreme perhaps where they use an artificial GLP-1 to essentially trick their bodies into the sensation that they've been, that they've eaten and that they're satisfied, and therefore then they won't eat. And that's really the purpose of those products. But I want to let you know about something, and I'm super excited because honestly, I am in the field in my office using all sorts of products. Some are pharmaceuticals and some are natural products. But in the case of natural products, which is what I prefer to use for my clients in my office, I try to utilize things that stimulate the natural production of GLP-1 in order to help people with their weight loss goals. Because it helps in a natural way to essentially tell the body that you've eaten, tell the body that you're satisfied, slow your intestinal tract down a little bit and give you time to digest. And if you do that in a natural way, then you are less likely to suffer from negative effects of using this, say, for example, in the pharmaceutical realm. And I don't want to name any particular products or substances out there, but you can do your research. And I just want to share with you this little tidbit about GLP-1 because it is in the news lately. It's a buzzword. And I think it's important to know what it is and what it does and how GLP-1 can work to our advantage if we just know how to unleash it in a proper fashion, physiologically, and so that we don't do ourselves undue harm.